Hi guys, it's me, Bryce. Welcome back. And today I want to talk to you about something that's a little bit more serious and near and dear to my heart. As you know, I'm pregnant with my 5th child right now, but I already kind of had a dry run of what it's like to be a mom of 5.
My name is Bryce Gruber. I'm a New York City mom of 4 kids and 1 crazy husband.
And it seriously takes a village, and in my case, all of Midtown Manhattan to raise our kids.
It is insane, but it is my life, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Around this time last year, we got a call from someone we know saying that there was a child. The kid was 6 years old at the time. He did have a mother, but his mother could not be in the picture at that moment, and there was no father. And do we know anyone who would be able to take care of him? And we were like, we will. You know, a 6-year-old boy without dinner on the table every night, without like a warm bath at the end of the day, without snuggly pajamas, like all of these things, it just broke our heart. We're so lucky that we can give those things to our children every day, and like their worst issue is like, oh, I don't like the fruit or the vegetables that you put on my plate. And that's how we became foster parents, even though we never set out to be foster parents. So there are a lot of people who become like career foster parents. They either set out to do this because they have nothing but goodness in their hearts, or truthfully, some people do it because they need the extra money, and they will, depending on the state and the neighborhood and everything, pay you a few $100s a month. You and me both know that a few $100s a month does not really support a child who needs a lot of emotional therapy, who needs tutoring to catch up to other children in school, who needs all new clothing and pajamas and underwear and all that stuff. And what we noticed with this child was he had previously been in another foster home where he didn't so much have a toothbrush, he was not getting regular meals. We didn't really know how to be foster parents. I had to like take all these classes kind of overnight to be able to become an emergency foster care home. They don't teach you anything that real parents actually know and practice. It's just a bunch of things on some paper that, you know, so they can check the boxes and say, okay, you're probably going to keep that kid safe. Any child who's in foster care has wounds, and some of those are physical, but most of them are emotional. They either really miss their mom, they really miss their dad, they really miss their grandma, whoever they were with. And you have to be able to just like take a child who you don't really know yet and just say, okay, come, hug me, let's talk about it. What's your favorite food? What's your favorite snack? What makes you feel comfortable? The craziest situation that I've ever seen really in my whole life was how common it is for foster parents to be in the system without the intention of really caring for children. Mike, our foster child, fit in as number 2 in age order, and it was an interesting adjustment period because our kids were really excited to have another kid in the house. It was like a constant play date, but at the same time it was like a very weird thing where it was like, hey, you took my favorite Lego. It definitely took 2 or 3 months to like kind of find a happy medium where it's like, no, everyone's equal, everyone gets treated the same, everyone gets the same amount of chicken nuggets, everyone is in the same boat together. We actually had Mike living with us for about 5 months, and it presented a bunch of challenges. You know, the getting to know you challenge, the him feeling safe with us challenge, the financially, how are we going to afford all the tutors so he can just catch up and learn to read like other first graders in New York City. But it also came with like so many benefits. It taught our children the value of expanding their system of love. Family isn't just what you're born into, it's kind of what you choose and how you open your heart, and your home is a place that needs to be open too. When you have someone new living with you, even if they're like a little tiny kid, you get to know them. They have their own personality, they come with their own lives, their own stories. So Mike went on vacation with us. At one point we went on a ski trip. I signed all my kids up for lessons because they didn't really know how to ski, but I wanted them to learn, and I signed him up for one too. And next thing I know, he tells me in his accent, because he's not American born, he's from another country, he says, oh, I already know how to ski. And next thing I know, this kid is zipping down the mountain way faster than any of the other children. Where did you learn how to ski? What was going on? And he said, oh, I forgot to tell you that when I was 4, I used to ski in the Alps. What is going on here? But we were so excited that he had these like patches of good memories, and like, you know, he had a really rocky start to his life, but apparently there were some moments that were like really wonderful for him, and that was an exciting thing for us to learn about him. And we only got to learn and see those moments and feel all those memories with him when we really immersed him in our family as just one of the gang. Towards the end of his time in our home, we had been in touch with one of his extended family members, and they had expressed a lot of interest in caring for him because he was their blood relative, but they were nervous. They didn't know how to do it, how to transition him. He had been through so many things already. We do like one night of the weekend with them. As we got to the very tail end of that 5 months, he did like 3 nights overnight. And they said, you know, I think we can do this, we're prepared. And that gave both families, both homes, time to sort of adjust to this Mike moving situation. And it also gave him time to adjust. He didn't feel like a foster child after a while. He didn't feel like someone who just showed up on our doorstep. He felt like he kind of belonged with us. He was kind of our family. We learned to be happy for him, be grateful for what we have, and also really kind of hate the system, because if there's one system in America that needs to be fixed like yesterday, it is the foster care system, because the entire thing is a mess. There are children falling through those cracks every single day. If you're interested in fostering a child, I can tell you with every bit of my heart and soul that there is a need. Whoever you are needed. You have love in your heart, and you are generally a good person, and you are eager to share affection and kindness with other humans. You are the right person. You have to be aware of kind of what you're getting into, and number one, it's a very big time commitment, because these are children who they need to do all the normal stuff like homework or a sport or whatever it is, but then they generally have to go to court-mandated therapy appointments several times a week. So you need to make time for that. On top of that, you have many, many, many social workers who are coming in and out of your home every day. Now, I want to be able to tell you that those social workers are checking to make sure that you have a safe and loving environment, that you're interacting with the child in a kind way, but they're actually not interested in that at all. All they're interested in is, are your sharp objects put somewhere high and away, and do you have any food in your fridge? They don't care if it's healthy, they don't care if it's like spoiled or rotten or whatever. Do you have any weapons out? Obviously you need a home with food, and you need a home with no weapons out, but I'm blown away that the system is less concerned with the emotional well-being of a child than just can they stay alive. So I think you need to be prepared for that. You need to be mentally and emotionally strong, because knowing that and seeing that and facing that just about every day, there were days I cried like crazy. I want better for him, but I know there are thousands, maybe millions, but they deserve so much better. Like every kid just deserves a shot at being loved or feeling wanted. We were told by the social workers that, hey, we don't know if Mike will ever be returned to a family member. Basically, after about 15 months in the system, by New York law, children start the process of being put up for adoption. Are you willing to adopt him if we go down that road? And Yosef and me were so torn. Not because we didn't love this child and couldn't see him with us, but never being with his mom again, as much help as she needed and all the different things, like someone's mother is their mother. As much as I would have loved that child forever, and I still do love him, and I will go to my grave caring for that child, people out there that wanted to care for him, they just didn't know how and didn't have the tools yet. It just felt like we were closing such a big door for that kid. So we found every possible way to get in touch with his biological family. We were, like banging down doors. But that's how important it was. About 6 weeks after Mike had gone to live with his biological family, he was still attending the school in New York City that I had signed him up for. And by chance, My children had already gotten out of their school for the year, so they were walking to the neighborhood playground. What do you know? Mike is out in the recess yard with his first grade classmates, and my kids saw him through the fence and started screaming, "Mike! Mike! It's us! It's your family!" And they're like kissing through the fence and like trying to like sort of air hug. Many weeks had gone by, everyone's lives had dramatically shifted. The connection between the kids was still there, and I would like to think that even if it's 10 years from now or 20 years from now that they like run into each other on the street, that it's going to be the same. I think it is so cool and so amazing to become a foster parent, no matter who you are or where you are. And if you have any questions about it, please feel free to drop them in the comments. I will respond as quick as humanly possible. This topic is so important to me. Please like this video, share it, leave any comments, any experiences you've had. Maybe you've been through the foster system and like know a better way and can teach the rest of us, or just about anything else. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon.